The Robertson County Commission held their February meeting on February 23rd, the fourth Monday of February, a meeting of about 50 minutes. Began the evening with the invocation by Commissioner Bob Hogan, and then we had a couple of special presentations. First of all, Margot Fosness, our Executive Director of the Chamber, came and spoke to the commissioners about the hotel motel tax and how that money is spent for economic development and the figures that they were provided. Then we had rather an unexpected and impromptu gathering of our veteran service officer, past and present, and other veterans to thank the commission for their support of veterans throughout Robertson County. And we're very fortunate that we've had Wayne Duggar and now Dan Riley to preside over that program. They do a great deal of good for our veterans. And if you know of a veteran that needs assistance, please do not hesitate to call upon Dan. Dan is our director now, has an office at Greenbrier High School, and at Greenbrier City Hall rather, and you can go see him there or he will come to you. So we're very grateful for the good work that they do for our veterans. We've gone through a period of very rough weather for the last week. I want to thank the Robertson County community for holding together and working hard to try to stay safe and to look out for their neighbors and those that are less fortunate and the infirm. Our hearts really go out to the folks at the First Nazarene Church in Springfield. That church has been there on Main Street for more than 100 years, and it was lost last week when ice collapsed the roof and actually knocked the building from its foundation. Grateful that no one was there at the time, but still, it won't be quite the same downtown Springfield without the Nazarene Church, so we certainly wish them well and hope that they'll have an opportunity to rebuild at some time in the future. We had one rezoning resolution, and that was approved without any opposition. And then we had a number of resolutions, most of which I would call housekeeping in nature. There was the speed limit set on South Woodard Road. There was a budget amendment from the schools, a budget amendment for the county commission, which was actually to approve the dues of the Metropolitan Planning Organization, an organization the county joined last year, but we did not know what the dues would be at that time, as well as a finance a budget amendment and archives. All of those were adopted with the exception of the person that would have finished out in the finance office. Finance Director Jody Stewart came and made her case for why Robertson County needs a person that will be responsible for compliance with the stipulations of the Affordable Care Act. And there was around $14,000 in the budget to get us through June 30th. The commission did not see fit to fund that at this time. I feel sure that you'll be seeing more discussion about that later on, because we have no choice about being compliant with the Affordable Care Act, because the penalties for not being compliant are very, very steep, and also because it's a law. So we'll go back and look at some ways that might be achieved in which the commission could approve. Then they also approved a surplus property resolution from the schools and from EMS. Take this opportunity to remind our listeners that there will be a work session of the County Commission on Thursday, March 5th. That is not a meeting in which any voting will occur, but simply for informational purposes, and it's to do with the county's high school's athletic facilities. Coach Gene Beck, who is chaired the Springfield High athletic program, would like to come and speak to the commissioners. As many of you know, that part of the provisions of the school board's acceptance of the Justice Department settlement involved athletic facilities at all 5 of our high schools, including Springfield High School. So I thought it would be appropriate to come and have an opportunity to walk through what that's going to look like when it actually does take effect. And also we'll remind you that in March we'll get back onto our regular schedule. That's the 3rd Monday night. As we'll have the 3rd Monday night commission meetings from now on for the rest of the calendar year 2015. I appreciate the time that you spend looking at the county commission meeting tonight. I think tonight was a good indication. This commission is going to be careful about the money that it spends and how those funds are allocated. And that's especially true as we begin to get closer and closer to budget time. We're only about 60 days before we'll actually begin the process of putting the budget together for fiscal year 2015-2016. Once again, I want to thank you for the way you have pulled together, helped your neighbor, listened to warnings, and kept an eye out. We've dealt with some strange and difficult things for the last 7-8 days. Maybe the worst of it is over. We hope so. But once again, thank you for being conscientious and good citizens, and we hope that you'll join us again the third Monday in March for the Robertson County Commission.